What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Corvette Weekly. Today we have a special guest with us. It is Corey from Paragon Performance. You guys have asked a lot about Paragon Performance, and we have Corey in the house to answer all of your questions. We talked a little bit about it last week, talking about all of the sponsors and any of the aftermarket companies that we like to work with. Well, Paragon's a big one. And Corey just recently, actually it was yesterday, got home from my house. He was at my house doing some work on my C8 Corvette Z06. You'll be seeing that video probably tomorrow or Wednesday. It's a really long video. I started editing it, and I'm trying my best to cut as much of it out, but not the important parts, because it was up to 30 minutes. And I was like, man, I don't remember filming that much stuff. But yeah, so guys, we got Corey in the house. If you guys have any questions about Paragon Performance or what they do, how they do it, what they stand for, any of that stuff, he is here to answer your questions. Obviously, he's got two really awesome looking C8 Corvettes in the background, so you know he means business. Corey, why don't you tell us a little bit about Paragon Performance?
Yeah, I just want to verify you can still hear me okay?
Yep.
Perfect. So Paragon Performance was founded, the ground broke for the building that we're in right now, January of 2020. Jeremy Boyson, the owner of Paragon, which you would see on the monthly new product videos that we do. He was the founder of this, and then Graham is the co-owner of that. He's in our tuning videos that we do. So Jeremy did what we have done for Corvettes, but for another make and model on a much larger scale. So he had the understanding on what to do and what not to do. So where you took all of his knowledge, all of his connections, and came into the C8, and that is all we're doing is the C8 Corvette. We started to do a little bit of the C7 Corvette and realized we are so busy with the C8, and anything and everything that wanted to have been done with the C7 has already been done. So we sold our C7 and are strictly focused on the C8 Corvette, making aftermarket parts to make them look better, sound better, or handle better, or different than what every other car comes with from the factory. So it's kind of hard to say what we don't do on them. Our goal is to do everything.
Awesome. So already got a couple comments for you.
Okay.
Number one, Steve says pretty much what we've talked about a lot, and that is Corey is literally the reason we do business with Paragon. Corey really does a great job of bridging the gap between a corporation and the consumer. He is a really good middleman and makes it really easy to do business with them. So absolutely correct. Darren says, what a coincidence. I was just about to email Paragon to ask about the red carbon paddle shifters for my Z. So
I would email him right after this live stream. So
there you go. Steve Robertson, guys, he says, I've got Paragon Performance clear engine bay cover on my Z06. This is his Z06. So the car of the week is Steve Robertson's brand new Z06. It looks like hypersonic gray. It's a really cool spec. I like it a lot. It's got the red interior.
Colors.
Yeah. It's a really nice looking car, Steve. As soon as I saw the email, I was like, yep, that's car of the week right there, because that thing is beautiful.
By the way, Mark Cutsy has a comment, and if Corey is not up for that challenge, then I will be happy to do it. I can't promise you at the end you're going to be happy, Mark, but I'll be happy to fill in if Corey can't do it.
So Mark Cutsy says, Corey, if you want to fly to Hawaii to do the install on my Z06, you're more than welcome.
I've never been to Hawaii, so I don't see why not.
It's awesome, and his place is awesome.
Yeah. Just like Jason said, there might be some duct tape involved and things like that, but I mean, we'll be in Hawaii. I mean, you can't complain.
Duct tape and hammer.
I mean,
on that note, technically, there was some duct tape involved on mine as well.
And a hammer. There was a duct tape and a hammer on your car. So
yeah, there was. There you go. Yeah, it's all about the way you use them, though.
Correct.
General Lee says, got my blue carbon fiber shifters from Paragon before I even had the car. General Lee is a real good supporter of the channel, obviously likes Paragon as well. Vulcan's Construction says, ordered the Paragon coilover wrenches to lower my Z, worked great. Their instructional video was a big help too.
Thank you, everyone.
We're going to have another video of instructions coming here real soon, because that might just be what we did.
You bet we can't share your car this week. It looks
I know.
really, really good.
I know my car literally sitting in the garage right now looks totally different than the last time you guys saw it, and I can't show it yet
We
because
could show them on the camera. But we're not
I'm 7 videos behind. I literally have 7 videos that need to be edited to catch you guys up. And
yeah, it looks beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
A couple of the subscribers have seen like a sneak peek of what's to come, and it's pretty nice looking. But guys, Shane is in the house. He says we got 50 thumbs up currently. So once again, if you're late to the party and you're just now joining, this is Korey from Paragon Performance. He's here to answer your questions, anything you may have about Paragon, what they do, what they stand for, all that stuff. So just shout it out in the chat, and I'll read it off to Korey, and he can kind of help you along. Like I said, he's really good at what he does. He's great at bridging the gap between the corporation and the consumer. So yeah, let's get him some questions. Larry Anthony says he's looking forward to my Paragon mods. There are at least 5 of them.
Some of them you can't visually see, though.
You could see it. You just can't see the actual part. Yeah. 56 thumbs ups currently, guys. Let's hit that thumbs up button. Really get this going tonight. Would be really awesome if you guys could just knock it out of the park. Korey's taking his time out of his day to be here, and he's not getting paid for it. So let's pay him in thumbs up.
I'm salary. And it was either this or go home and mow. So
that was Joey had that question. Are you guys going to be at Carlisle?
Unfortunately, we are not going to be at Corvettes at Carlisle. However, we may have an opportunity to sell product there that is still to be discussed. But Paragon ourselves as the corporation will not be attending this year's Corvettes at Carlisle.
Stay tuned for that, guys. More to come on that. Wyatt Charter says, any plans for a Z06 engine cover similar to the OEM one that was teased?
Z06 engine cover.
Yeah, it's like a carbon fiber. It looks like a crown almost.
Oh, the one that goes like up and over?
Yeah.
We talked about it. We need to get our hands on a OEM one first, and they are not cheap, to say the least.
Very true.
So it's something that we have highly considered buying one and then sending it out to our manufacturer to remold it. But when we get our car, we're going to have some other focuses that we do first before that.
Okay, so that is kind of a way of saying maybe.
We will. I just don't have an ETA.
Okay, perfect. Kerry Glock says, got my jacking pucks from Paragon today from the prizes last week. Thank you so much. So he was the winner from last week.
I got a set of those right here.
Look at
for
those.
reference. So look at that nice box. Sorry they're not black, but
no, I would want them in red, to be honest with you.
You got to be able to see them.
Yeah, exactly. 67 thumbs ups currently, guys. Paul Lamonaco says, is Korey going to Carlisle? We actually just touched on that. He's not going to be able to go this year, unfortunately. But somebody might be able to sell some product for Paragon there. Stay tuned. Larry Anthony gives a $20 donation. We haven't even talked about the giveaway yet tonight. Let's go ahead and mention that. So, guys, the giveaway tonight is going to be a set of XL rock guards or splash guards for the C8 Corvette or for the C7 Corvette. Now, if you guys don't know what those are, I'm going to show you here in 1 second. And here it is here. These are the C8 Corvette XL extended front and rear splash guards. These stick out on the side of your car to help anything from splashing up alongside of the car. Now, these are provided to us by the Extreme Online Store. And if you go to win, every $10 donation is, of course, an entry. If you do win, you can choose at that point whether you want them for the C8 or for the C7. Now, these will fit any C7s and any C8 as long as it's a Stingray. That was supposed to be funny. No one's laughing. No one laughed. It doesn't fit the C06. But yeah, guys, every $10 donation will get you an entry for that. If you decide you want to go big, the $100 donations, of course, will get you a 10 times entry, so you'll get 20 entries, and you'll also get a free T-shirt. Steve is in the chat. He'll kind of let you know what sizes are still available.
Yeah.
Matt Hurley says, oh, go ahead, Jason.
Well, I was going to say, I saw a question that I thought was a really good one. Well, I saw two that were good, but one specific. What is the #1 selling C8 product for you guys at Paragon?
Ooh.
That is good.
It's because of quantity. It would be the jack pads because they come in a quantity of 4.
Right.
So that would by far be number 1. Then it would go key fob covers and front radiator grill guards.
Yeah, those are definitely important.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
So Matt Hurley says, I just put the Paragon Blackout exhaust heat shield covers on my Z06. It cleans it up so much from behind and having an aftermarket exhaust. With having an aftermarket exhaust. It's funny you say that, Matt, because the back bumper of my car was just off yesterday, and I'm looking at the back of those heat shields, and they're like bright chrome. And I actually have the blackout parts from Paragon, but they were for a C8 Stingray, not a Z06, and I just assumed they wouldn't fit.
So they will fit. The shape is a little bit different of the fender well because obviously it's 3 inches wider on each side. So when I've installed them on a few Z06s locally, I install them, and then the overhang that's there, I just trim it with a pair of scissors, and it's good to go. So it does fit no problem, but technically it's a different shape, so that's why we don't advertise it as a Z06 fitment. But it fits.
Just so we know, and I've been curious about this for a while, is that piece, is that a heat resistant something?
Yes.
Like it is?
Yep. So it is heat resistant. So you've already got your factory heat shielding there. So all it is just a piece that's overlaying that. It doesn't need the extra padding technically because the padding's already there from the factory.
Right.
So that's the big difference from like the Corsa blackouts and our blackouts, and that's why the price is $39 compared to $100.
Yeah.
We didn't see the need to have that extra padding because the padding's already there. We just wanted to be able to have that blacked out.
But it does look good. I have them on my car as well.
Thank you.
Okay, and we got a question. Well, I'm behind on this chat. Korey, do you plan on making a replica Z06 low wing for a C8 Stingray?
We were in hopes that the wing for these Z06 and the Stingray would be the same. So originally we bought the Z06 factory low wing that everyone has unless you buy the Z07. And we quickly found out that the shapes are completely different for the wing installation. The ducktail that we currently offer, version 2 and 3, are similar to what the Z06 wing is, but they are not technically the same. So it is talk about us reverse engineering the Z06 wing to have those replaceable winglets as well for the Stingray.
Okay. I wouldn't have guessed that that's totally different.
Neither did we, but we were buying Z06 bumpers before. We still don't have a car. So we had the Z06 bumpers and wing back in December, January, and that's how we were able to determine what parts were and we were not changing. And when it comes to the exterior, 99% of everything's completely different between the two cars.
That's good to know, because I hear everybody saying all the time, oh, the Z06 looks too similar to the Stingray. Apparently it's not that
not
similar.
when it comes to aftermarket parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Perkins says, hey, Korey, now that Global B has been open for tuning, what is that process like? And would the car being there for dyno tuning help the process?
Yes. So currently, right now, the car is required to come to us. Now, we do have the option. We have James in New York or New Jersey. He is currently taking out his ECU and sending it to HP Tuners via a provided shipping label, getting the ECU back, but then having the vehicle shipped or trailered to us. But regardless, the car is required to come to us because we have to recalibrate the ECU back to the vehicle, and that requires an MDI2 and some GM software that we utilize and pay for the subscription for yearly. So unfortunately, right now, this is not a remote tunable option like we have for the C7. Ideally, our goal is to get there, but because of how new everything is right now, the vehicle is required to come to us. And if the car comes to us from day one to when it can leave, it's roughly about a week turnaround time from us taking the ECU out, shipping it to Chicago, getting it back, and then tuning it.
Good to know.
Yep.
Paul says, do you plan on making a 2-post Z06 high wing carbon flash for the Stingray?
So you can't see it, but that car has one. It's currently in carbon fiber. I have 2 carbon flash ones sitting in the warehouse as we speak for test fitting.
Nice. 73 thumbs up currently, says Shane. Thanks, guys. Please smash that thumbs up. Ernest says, can you add the lift if you didn't order it on when purchasing the Z06? I don't think so.
Totally different. I believe it has its own potential body control module.
Yeah.
Totally different shocks, different hydraulic system, everything. So, to my understanding, it cannot be added after the fact, just like blind spot monitoring. But there might be a third-party company that does that, but not from an OEM standpoint.
Yeah, and I would assume it'd be very expensive.
Extremely.
All right, let's see here. Yep, we got Larry's donation registered. Did I? I don't think I mentioned that, did I? 20.
Yeah, you did.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
$20. Thank you,
think.
Larry. If I didn't mention it,
I thought you
I'm trying to catch up with this chat. I just saw that pop through. Mark Cutsey says, Korey is one of the nicest people to exchange and answer emails on orders.
Thank
You
you.
rock.
He's just as nice in person, too.
Oh, yeah, Venmo. Geez, I'm sorry. So, Protective
you,
Dad
Amber.
Pranks. Protective Dad Pranks says the $100 donation for 20 entries and a free t-shirt is only if you donate through Venmo.
Yeah.
That's why I made him come get me after dinner when you guys went out to eat. Me too.
Let's see. We got 87
That was
thumbs
good
up
dinner.
currently. Guys, please keep doing that. Keep hitting that button. It really helps. Let's see. A C8 Rally Driver says, Korey, pick one getaway car. Stock E-Ray, stock Z06, Stingray with Pro Charger, Paragon exhaust and tune. Throw in the carbon fiber diffuser from Paragon 2 for speed.
love that. Ooh, getaway car. Let's assume it's drive pavement because obviously there's snow.
Yeah.
Right. I would say based on driving the Z06 at National Corvette Museum, I would choose the Z06 because of the brake response and the handling in comparison to the Stingray.
Good answer. Dad's Garage says, we're way behind on the thumbs up, guys. Got to hit that button. Make Korey's attempt to be here. Make it worthwhile for him. Let's see.
If I leave, they just have the cars to look at, so I don't think they would mind.
Yeah, well, no. Somebody here said something about your beard.
Oh, what'd they say? Hopefully good.
That was good. It was good stuff. Yeah, Paul Yunker says only Korey's beard is nicer. All right, so guys, there is a little bit of...
That's a good question. Ask that one.
Okay. Korey, are you guys Canadian friendly for shipping parts?
We are worldwide friendly. I actually have 5 shipments sitting back there right now to be picked up via DHL, and 4 of them are going to Canada. 1 is going to Australia. So we ship from here to Australia, to Dubai, to Germany, Japan, everywhere in between. Shipping will be quoted at time of checkout by adding all items to your cart and proceeding to checkout.
And you guys offer the inventory air vents.
Yes, everything inventory for the C8 we offer,
Yes.
with more to come.
Yeah. Me and Korey talked a little bit about that. There's a lot. There's a lot of stuff to come for the Z06. So if you guys are getting the Z06 or even the E-Ray, since a lot of the parts will probably be interchangeable.
That's our hope.
Yeah. Stay tuned. All right, so we're almost at 100 thumbs ups, guys. C8 Rally Driver says, let's get a dual cold start on those beasts. What are we doing? That would be funny.
They're both Pro Charge and
Yeah.
have Paragon exhaust.
Do you have the ability to start them?
Which one do you want, black or white? And
Oh.
I know what
Good
you're going to
choice.
say.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to leave it up to the people.
Black
So
or
I
white?
honestly, I did not
the black
think.
the black one has headers, Paragon exhaust, and the white one just has Paragon exhaust.
Let's go with the black one.
Yeah, let's do the black one then. You guys agree? What do you think?
Let's do it.
I can't believe he's actually going to do it. I honestly didn't think he'd say yes.
It's going to be loud.
Cold start of the black car here has a Paragon exhaust, and did you say headers too?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be loud. God. I was not expecting it to be that loud.
I'm not either, man.
Justin just turned the volume down over here.
Yeah.
General, they said both. He's greedy.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
sounds so good.
Come on, guys. Let's get that thumbs up going up.
Much louder than I expected.
Let's
Yeah.
get the thumbs ups going, guys. Korey literally just cold started a
Customer's car.
no, that's their car.
Oh, is that their car?
Yeah.
Those are both their cars?
But that's pro charged
Wow.
with an exhaust and headers. I mean, that thing sounds freaking phenomenal.
Golly.
Jeez.
That's so loud.
Listen to that little.
Yeah, that's the pro charger. That's freaking phenomenal.
I
I
love
was
it.
kind of concerned it wasn't going to come through on camera.
I
but
know.
It comes through.
I thought being that far away, I wasn't even going to hear it.
No, I thought it was gonna be like, you know. No
Yeah.
way. Nuts.
So the black car is not ours; it's a customer's, and it's
Oh,
it's
okay.
right.
he is the owner of C8 Performance.
Oh, yeah, we talked
That's
about
nice.
that.
That thing was so loud. It sounded so good, and none of us expected that. Like because your car was so far away back there. Whoa, it was amazing.
That was very awesome. Thank you for doing that, Korey.
Yeah.
No problem.
It does have wine to it.
It
I
did,
like-
yeah. That pro
Now,
charger
there-
sounded good.
There is one car that we do that's even way louder than that. The owner's named Michael Wistock. He has,
Oh yeah, Michael. I know him.
Yep.
Yeah, the rock band dude.
The rock band. Yep, you know that's all you need to know him.
Exactly. What did he do to his wheels though? He jacked them up. His van.
Which
Van-
set?
What is it?
Which set? Because he's jacked up all 4 sets that he owns.
Why am I not surprised by that? The ones that are painted like the Frankenstrat Eddie Van Halen guitar.
He hit a piece of metal at 2 a.m. driving back to Las Vegas.
Golly, man.
And he texted me yesterday asking if I can make a 6-hour drive to Minnesota to bring him wheels. And I just flown back from Pittsburgh. And I'm like, dude, I'm on like 4 hours of sleep and I'm working right now.
Yep.
I love you, but like I just physically can't.
Yeah, no doubt. I know he was stuck out there on Sunday and couldn't get anything, so
Yeah.
that sucks.
So, guys, David donates $10. So I'm assuming Steve already got this. He says, I got a chance to experience the Corvette plant and National Corvette Museum this past week in Bowling Green. It was definitely worth the trip. Thank you guys for the content. David, you're very welcome. Thank you for the super chat. You got entered to win either the C8 or C7 splash guards. So we'll let you know if your name comes up.
Too bad we didn't get the chance to go. The car was built late Friday night and the plant
Yeah.
was already closed.
Ideally, we would be able to go down the same day the car was coming down the assembly line, but it didn't work out.
It's amazing. Highly
115 thumbs ups currently. Wow, guys, we're not even at 8 o'clock. That's awesome. Let's keep going. Keep moving.
because I started the car.
It definitely is 100%. I'm not even joking. Very good stuff, guys. That is probably the best cold start we've heard on the live channel so far, because usually it's just a cold start with remote, so you can't rev it. But yeah, you went all out, Korey. We appreciate it.
Really awesome.
Korey,
So,
will you
had it.
guys have a 3M tape dive planes for the Z06? Asking for a friend. That sounds like a bad idea, General.
Yeah.
So
Somebody's going to end up with a dive plane in their windshield if you do that.
So the Stingray has 3M installed dive planes. The car behind me actually has them installed. He has the single ones. Due to how large the ones on the Z06 are, I do believe we're going to replicate that style as far as an installation with the slots that go through the bumper. But I might be wrong. Pat, our engineer, we bought the OEM ones from General Motors, so he would have a reference point on how we can reverse engineer and try to change that up a little bit.
That is pretty cool. I did not expect that as an answer. So
I-
the ones you guys have now attached with 3M, I know they're definitely smaller than the Z06 ones, but
Way smaller.
Are they thinner too, I'm assuming?
They're roughly the same thickness, but they're probably at least half the size. The Z07
Okay.
ones are super aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah, I just I got, well, I guess I can't talk about that yet.
So keep your mouth
We
shut.
don't talk about a whole lot just yet.
I know, like,
You're behind on comments. You're behind on videos.
Yeah, right?
You need to get it together.
I really do.
Amber, next time you're running it.
I don't think I could do much better, to be honest. I probably could.
Jay says can't complain. He's rocking his Vet Syndicate shirt while he's sitting at 3,400 status.
Sweet. That's
awesome.
a good feeling. I bet he's feeling good.
Is Jeremy Miller in the chat?
Yeah, 2020 Matrix 8 is, I believe I saw him in here in the beginning.
You just passed it up. Wasn't he just right down here?
Okay. Just want to say hi, Jeremy.
He was in here in the very
There he is.
beginning. Yeah, he's in here.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he says that he rode in the white one.
Yep.
Probably at Bowling Green, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Matt Hurley says, upload, Justin. No sleep for you tonight. We need at least 2 videos uploaded tomorrow. I probably could do 2 tomorrow. Both of them would be Paragon related too.
I'm not going to.
I'm going to push him to do it, Matt. We'll see if it gets done.
Mm-hmm.
I got to take my car to Blackout Tinning tomorrow. It needs more PPF, ceramic coatings. Like, this thing's just, day after day after day, it's got something to go.
Furniture being delivered tomorrow. We got a new bedroom set. Got a king side mattress coming tomorrow. We're busy.
2020 Matrix 8 says, hey, Corey. USA Pure Power. Good evening, Justin. I was wondering if you happened to get my email. If you just sent it, I did not get it yet. What was it about? It is possible I got it, but I haven't looked at it yet. I have a couple in there right now. Paul Yunker says, where is my latest HPO fix? It's coming. It's coming, guys. It's coming. I will realistically try to get 2 videos out tomorrow. That would be pretty cool. That is going to be really hard, but I'll try. 2020 Matrix 8 says, I also rode in jorts. All I could do was giggle. It was awesome. Wish they were coming to Carlisle, Jeremy's wife. Oh, okay. So
That's Jeremy's wife.
She did love it.
Something about being in a Corvette while wearing jorts. I don't know.
They're blowing up her shorts, I suppose.
We had the windows down, the top off, the Pro Chargers whining. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keith French. I actually told Scott over at Scrape Armor about your story. His Z06 came in and he had a leak in the radiator, like brand new. Car's brand new. The radiator's leaking. So they actually
the other day.
Yeah, they actually had to order another one, and before you can take the car, which would really suck. Like to know that car's sitting there waiting for you and you can't take it because the radiator's got a hole in it or whatever. That would not be fun. Okay, let's see.
I need some HBO black tar in my veins.
Wow. Wow. Okay. I mean, I appreciate it, but that's up there.
Yeah.
2020 Matrix 8 says, what's up, General and Steve? We're always here on Mondays, even if we're on the road. That's true. I'm pretty sure he is one of the only ones that have not missed an episode yet. Michael McCurry says, any advice on Pedal Commander? Do or don't? What do you think, Corey?
I do not have any experience with that, so I would hate to give a false opinion.
Probably never.
I was going to say, it depends on the car, because Steve in the chat here, Protective Dad Pranks, he really liked it on the C7, but he said the C8 doesn't really need it. That's his opinion, of course. I didn't really like it on the C7 either myself, or the C8, but my Chevy Colorado I used to have back in the day, that thing had 50% of the gas pedal was dead until you installed some sort of throttle controller.
By the way, Jeremy's wife wasn't wearing jorts. Jorts was on the back of the white one.
All right, yeah. It totally makes sense now, because I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, I don't see someone wearing jorts that is not like 90 years old.
Exactly.
When we were at National Corvette Museum with Caden West, a local customer of ours, they went out and bought jorts and New Balances specifically for the plant tour, and I think Wes's were a size or two too small.
Oh, ouch. Ouch. That's not good.
He rocked them.
Yeah. 05 Biglin says, Justin, any word of what's causing the ticking on the LT2? So, LT2 or the Z06? LT6? Because that's I haven't heard any ticking on the LT2 that I know of. There is a service bulletin for the ticking noise on the LT6 out of the Z06 though. And that is typically just requires a retorquing of bolts to fix. Ready on 3 says, does GM have an issue with quality control? Many C8s come from the assembly line with either motor issues, transmission issues, radiators, etc. I don't really know of any specific quality control but issues, but GM does, they are a mass-produced vehicle, so you're going to get one every now and then that comes through with some sort of problem.
And it's important to note, they're making, 180 or 90 a day. And it seems, in my opinion, that anytime there is an issue, it's one car getting posted a million times compared to the other 170 of them are perfectly fine. So,
and that's, you and I talked about that a little bit, about how the negative stuff, it just amplifies a lot on the forums because people in general they seem to feed on negativity more than positive stuff. So on the forums, there's not a whole lot of people going on there saying, hey, I got my car today and everything's perfect, I love it. Usually they only go to the forums whenever there's a problem.
USA Pure Power asks if there's a safe place to park his 2023 Dodge Charger Hellcat. Yeah, in our driveway. We're about 30 minutes from Blackout Thinning.
Where are you from?
Not even.
USA Pure Power. Depending on which location you're talking about, I can get you a better answer.
Oh, Gibson, we're in the middle of
Remember, there's four locations.
okay, true.
He said, 05 Bigland says, mine was ticketed at 2100. They had to change my engine out 3 months and 2 days. Wow. And that was a C8 Stingray? Okay, so for Blackout Tinning in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Yeah, you can send me another email. Just horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com, and I'll work with the owner of Blackout up there as well to get something for you. I'm sure he'd like to work on that car, so. 2020 Matrix 8 says no to pedal commander, 100% yes to solar performance throttle controller. It is the same thing, but it works way better, incredibly responsive. It's a lot cheaper too. The last time I looked at solar performance throttle controller, it was like $100 versus pedal commanders is like $300 or $400.
Good enough.
Yeah.
128 thumbs ups currently, guys. Please keep smashing that thumbs up. It really helps the channel, helps get this video out to more people, so everybody can see all of our smiling, beautiful faces. Okay, so one thing I do want to talk about. Oh no, we got another question here. Corey and Jeremy helped us get the single dive plane / canard set up for our Rapid Blue Stingray when the 5EM didn't work with Paragon dual dive plane offering back in 2020. Just ask, we might be fans. So this is C8 rally driver, Corey.
Yep.
His name's
Keith. Not that I've seen them in person, but there might be carbon flash dive planes coming very soon.
Very nice. Let's see. Justin, Blackout Tinning needs to come to Milwaukee. We're in a detailing shop black hole here. All right, well, I'll let the guys know and see what they say. Probably covered this, but how many miles are on Justin's Batmobile so far? So the car has actually, I've owned the car now for a little over 2 weeks. The car has actually sat for about a week of that time, so I have not driven it until yesterday was the first time I've driven it in a week.
893 last time.
Yeah, it was like just shy of 1,000 miles. I'm trying to get an oil change and a transmission filter change before or right at 1,000 miles. So I'm trying to keep it a little low until I get that done. Darren says, hey guys, love your channel. HPO, I got a few items from your store. That's awesome. Thank you.
Actually, the store's been doing really well lately.
Yeah,
I've had a tough time trying to keep up with everything.
The store is doing very well. Okay, so I want to mention a couple pieces of news here. In the meantime, guys, get your questions out there for Corey while we're going over a couple things here. One of the reasons you guys probably clicked on this video is because of the title here. So the Corvette E-Ray is in the running to be a national or a North American Car of the Year. And if it does, it's going to get that award, of course. So if you guys remember, the Z06 was in a similar a similar running, and it did not win. If I had to guess, based on what I know of the cars entered into this and what GM kind of wants the E-Ray to do, I have a feeling the E-Ray is going to win this one. So if you want more information on this, this is over at the C8 mid-engine Corvette forum.com. It's in there with a couple other cars, but nothing that really stands out to me crazy. So I think the E-Ray is going to win. But I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are, just because I feel like because the Z06 lost, the E-Ray is going to win. It just seems that way to me. And then another thing over at the CorvetteBlogger.com, and I'm actually going to refresh this to see. All right, so it changed a little bit. So they have a poll over at the CorvetteBlogger.com to see which 2024 model you're more interested in. An E-Ray, a Z06, Z51 Stingray, or a base C8 Stingray. And out of the Z06 and E-Ray, the E-Ray is squeaking ahead by about 20 votes. And the Stingray and base Stingray are pretty close to each other as well. So where do you guys sit with that? Are any of you in the comment section super interested in an E-Ray over a Z06? I know we've done a poll before, and you know what? Let's do another one. I'm curious. Z06 or E-Ray? Which one, if you could go out tomorrow and get one of these, and without dealer markups being a problem and everything, which one of these would you choose? The Z06 or E-Ray? I just put the poll up, so let me know which one you like better. Because when I ran this on my community tab, it was an overwhelming response for Z06. And the one on the Corvette blogger seems to show it's a little closer. It's almost even between the Z06 and E-Ray, but that's not what I'm seeing personally.
See, I'm number 3 on a list for an E-Ray. I took myself off the list for the Z06 because I didn't want to wait 20 years. So, I mean, if you could say, like you said, if I can get it MSRP and I don't have to wait, I got an allocation, give me 2 allocations, whichever one I want, I'm going to go Z06. But that's because I just like it better. But I'm going to go E-Ray because it's the one that would be, well, I think I'm going E-Ray because that's the one that's supposedly available.
See, that's the thing, Jason, is I've noticed initially, while the Z06 was hot and the E-Ray came out and didn't quite steal the Z06's spotlight, a lot of people were silently shifting over to the E-Ray thinking that same thing. I'm going to get in on this dealership and get the number 1 or number 2 car. I don't know that it's going to work that way. Maybe for you because you got on it really early, but I think for the most part, I've already heard of dealerships charging 50 to 100 over for the E-Ray, just like they are for the Z06. So I don't know that it's going to be hugely different.
So that is 100% true. Thank God, supposedly. You know, we hear this all the time, and then at the last minute they change their tune. But
right.
This dealership is legitimately 100% MSRP. They fired people for selling cars over MSRP in the past, so I've heard. No Corvettes, but like I have heard that. But my neighbor works for one of the local dealerships, and he's like, oh yeah, we never sell anything over MSRP, but yet they got it for 30. Z06 is for 30 over. The other dealership by my house, 100K over. You know, and they've sold at least 2 at 100K over.
Z06s?
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, that's the sad part is that's not even surprising. That's the world we live in nowadays, where whenever I hear of a car for sale for 50K over, it's like,
but
it's
you
not
know,
that much.
When COVID first was released, came out, we sorry.
Even without Steve, I gotta deal with this.
Steve's out. Anyway. So I was getting one of my most recent trucks, and I was at the Ford dealer. They had the G500. MSRP was 100. They had it marked up to 150, and I'm like, "There's no way, absolutely no way." He goes, "Well, people are buying them every day," and they did.
Yeah, that's the sad part.
Yeah,
people keep spending that money. They're going to keep asking that money. But we got a super chat at $20. So Steve, if you're there, make sure you put Levi Char in there for 2 entries. That person says, I recommend blackout tinting. They covered my kitchen counters and cabinets in Expel, and will be doing the same to my C8 when it arrives. So that is one of the lesser known things about PPF. The Expel PPF is very popular to add onto granite countertops, guys. So outside of your car, you can protect things other than just automotive with Expel, just because of its self-healing and the properties are, I mean, you can imagine installing Expel on a flat countertop's not insanely difficult, and it offers a lot of protection. So
We also have tint on our windows in our house.
that's true. So the front of our windows have Expel window tint that are actually made for residential windows to block heat from coming in. And that was actually Blackout Tinting that installed that for me as well.
I've seen Expel on fridges.
Yeah, the
Oh,
stainless
yes.
steel fridges.
Really?
Yep. Because they scratch so easily. So putting something like that on there keeps the stainless steel look, and any scratches that would happen in the Expel is self-healing.
What do they put it on in the kitchen? On the, like
Granite countertops.
Like on granite?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. You can burn granite. So if you take like a hot pan and put it on granite, it will burn.
Right.
Whereas
I would
if you
put
did that,
pan on it, but yeah.
if you do that with Expel's on there, Expel has a really high, I can't remember what it is, but a really high operating temperature. You can melt Expel, but it's super high. And even if you did melt it, it's going to still save the granite underneath it.
So how does it look long term?
Well, honestly, it performs better in the house on your granite because the reason for the 10-year warranty on an automotive bill is assuming it sits outside every day for those 10 years.
Right.
So if it's in your house, I mean, they don't give you a different warranty. It's still the 10 years. But if I had to guess, you'd probably be able to go pretty much forever.
I wouldn't think it would yellow.
What do you-
No, the yellowing comes from
What?
like
The sun.
UV. Yeah.
Oxidation, huh? So what do you clean it with? Because I'm interested. That's actually kind of cool. The same stuff we use to clean our car?
Yeah. So your detail spray and stuff would still work. Anything that you would normally clean with, assuming it's not super abrasive.
Yeah.
But if you're really interested, Jason, I can talk to Josh and see if we can do something for you, because ultimately a lot of this stuff you could potentially install yourself if you got measurements and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's interesting. I like it.
BPR06 says, tell Korey to wake up.
I just have my head back. I'm listening.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
here.
gonna say, I can tell his eyes are open, but it does kind of look like they might be closed. Well, yeah, guys, give
I'll
him
get
some
closer.
questions. You got to keep them engaged. So what other questions do you have for Paragon Performance, guys? You have a brand new C8 Corvette and you want to add some mods to it. What do you want from Paragon, and what kind of questions do you have that he can answer for you? Like I said, he's taking time out of his day to be here, so let's utilize him. Pick his brain.
You know what I really like that you guys have is the rear diffuser fins. I love the ones that you guys have.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yep.
Yes.
So there's carbon flash and carbon fiber, the 4 fins. 2 of the fins utilize the factory 7mm bolt. The other 2 you just drill through the factory plastic housing, and then it's just a nut and bolt from there. So very easy install. You can do it with the factory exhaust. It is easier with an aftermarket one just because of how thick the factory one is. But I have done it on multiple customers' cars locally, installing it. Even on the ground, you can do it.
That's a, hey, look, I some guy sent me a picture of them one time, and I was like, man, they look great.
Yeah, they're really a nice feature, and they don't seem to be horribly hard to install.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
River Mutt said that he expelled his dog and now he gets no fleas. I made a joke a while ago whenever I was just going to blackout tinting. Like it seemed like every day, and I was getting something expelled on my car. And somebody said in the comments, because of how often I was getting expelled done, that the next time I went up there that they were going to start expelling me. And I said, if you could, if it made sense to expel parts of your body, I probably would, because the protection is awesome. Why not? You expel your face and it prevents aging.
I need it. I don't know if you can see that cut on my finger.
Oh my gosh.
I probably should have got stitches.
What
I
are
was
you doing,
sliding off
Jason?
the roof. Do what?
What are you doing?
I was sliding off a roof, for real. And
The best
the only
stories
thing
start
I
this way.
do what?
The best stories start this way. I was sliding off.
Yeah.
So there I was, sliding off a roof.
I literally was sliding off a roof. And so I reached up, and it was a metal roof. And so, of course, it has panels, and they lap over, right? Well, of course, that bottom edge, that other edge is just a sharp piece of metal. So as I'm sliding down the roof with my hands holding the ribs, yeah, it cut the living crap. I'm freaking, you can't see it now because it's been like 2 weeks, but I had all these burns because the metal was so freaking hot. In all honesty, I shouldn't have been sliding off the roof, but there was a lot of dust and debris that kind of settled onto the metal. And of course, it waits until I'm in no man's land to go, yeah, now's the time for you to slide. And so anyway, I made it off and did not fall off, but yeah, it was scary.
Almost
I mean, I
lost your
wouldn't
finger.
die, but still,
That's messed up, Jason.
no. No.
Derek Dunlop says, when will the Paragon Z06 exhaust be available? That's a good question.
So it's been made. Our pre-production model is currently sitting on a car in the shop right now that is not a Z06. So it will be very soon.
Very soon. I like that answer. Korey, I was very interested with bezel lights. I heard they came down $100.
Yes.
We actually
Yep.
just
So
talked
we
about
ran.
that.
Yep, we ran a sale over the weekend. So rather than the retail $6.99, they're on sale for $5.99. I think we sold a very strong amount. Very happy with the outcome of it. It's a very popular modification that a lot of people are doing.
Kevin Horan says, are the jack pucks permanently installed, or is it like on the C7?
It's up to you. So they can be, I'll show you here. Let me get my handy dandy jack pad.
It's like you knew that these questions were going to come up.
I tried to come prepared. So on the jack pad, we send it with the jack pad, the Allen screw, a spacer, and a T-fitting. If you use the spacer, this is going to be a temporary install. You just put it in there, drop it down, you take it out. If you want it to be a permanent install, you just simply don't use the spacer, and then you tighten it up to the body of the vehicle. We recommend using blue Loctite, so it'll sit roughly like that in there, and you never have to worry about it.
There you go. So it can be permanent or temporary.
And it's the same for C7 and C8. It's the same jack pad and hardware.
So it would fit a C6 then as well.
Yes, we haven't ever had a C6 in here to verify, but if C7 and 6 are the same, then yes, it would fit the C6.
Okay. Jeremy says, Korey, are you going to come up with any rear diffuser vents for the Z06?
Ooh.
I would like to see that.
Yeah.
Diffuser vents. I will run that by Pat, our engineer, in the morning, because I don't think that we've even looked at that or considered that yet.
See, I really like the diffuser fins that you guys have for the C8. If you could do something like that for the Z06 as well, I think it would be really awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the center exit exhaust
Yeah.
are
So
overcome.
or on the outside, obviously, but that would be awesome.
USA Pure Power says, does Korey offer any accessories for Camaro, Charger, or Charger Red Eye?
Unfortunately, no. We have put all of our focus into the C8 Corvette just so we can become experts in one thing rather than stretching ourselves thin.
That's
fair.
really, really an underestimated approach to this, guys. How much do you guys love the Eventuri intake? Is it a tough install?
So we try not to be biased with any products, and everything like that, we try to do a in-depth review with it. What we have found is that the Eventuri does have the highest output and best overall efficiency with the vehicle, so it is our personal favorite because of that. We understand that it may be a little overpriced for some customers. Some other customers don't care. But here at the shop, if you were to call in and ask which intake to purchase, that would be our first referral. Due to the performance gains and the overall look, you can't really pass that up. There's no other intake on the market right now that you can visibly see.
Nice.
Overall install between 3 to 4 hours if you have a Cooper convertible, and that's giving yourself a lot of time to do it.
I bring my
BPR's
too hot here, man.
Yeah, it's hot in Texas, so they don't want to do installs in their garage. They do them in their living rooms with the air conditioning running. BPR Z06 says, Z06 with front lift. Does Korey recommend lowering collars or shorter springs to not risk warranty?
So either will have a effect on warranty regardless. Based on recent events of putting front lift collars on a Z06, I was very personally happy with it in comparison to the Stingray. I don't think there's going to be much room for error as customers are having with the Stingray because of the helper spring design. Now, we are in the process of working with Hyperco on making new springs for the Z06. We have all the stuff here that we need for them. So if that is something that you're worried about, you will have to wait a little bit longer to lower that vehicle, but we will have it sooner than later.
Good info today. C8 Raleigh Driver says we're here for the beard. Corey subscribes to Life of Polos. Yeah, that's funny. Caleb says, Corey, do you sell a two-piece rotor for a non-Z51 C8?
Currently, no. The only two-piece rotor that we offer is the gyro disc for the Z51. Due to the performance aspect, the Z51 is most brake manufacturers' main focus because it is track ready from the factory compared to the base models or not.
Okay. Oh, what was that? I just skipped past the comment here. Does Paragon make carbon fiber parts for older Corvettes?
We do not. We only focus on the C8 Corvette when it comes to carbon fiber.
I like Darren's question because I have that question as well.
Go ahead and read it, Jason.
Let me scroll back up. It's about the carbon fiber paddle shifter. So he said, are the carbon shifter paddles a replacement for the factory ones, or do they attach?
Depends on which one you have. We offer multiple different paddle shifter covers that are either just a OEM replacement overlay, and then we offer a few that are full direct replacement. So I believe the part number for the replacements end in 001 of the CCS manufacturer, and I can't recall without looking what the part number is for the new billet ones. But we do offer carbon fiber overlays, some that just stick on the back of the factory paddle cover, and other ones that are actually a two-piece that go over both.
See, I think that's the ones that I have seen, and I love them. But they were kind of tall. They were bigger than they weren't real.
They're a little bit larger. We have two different versions of a double-sided stick-on. The part number ending in 21, and don't quote me on this, is a little bit larger, more aggressive, kind of more pointy on the ends, but the new recent ones that ends in part number 29, and we offer that in red, black, and forged, I believe. Carbon fiber, those are more traditional to what your factory cover or factory paddles would look like, so they're not as large.
Mark Cutsey says, Corey, will there be another lowering collar for the Z06 with front lift that will give a larger drop?
Currently, no. And we explained in a video on our YouTube channel that Jeremy did of why we currently are requiring the shim on the Z06. That is not going into further development if we will or will not get rid of that feature, as far as only having to use that 3/8 riser shim. But where lowering springs will come into play if you're wanting to have a larger lowering option than the 3/4 inch collar with 3/8 riser shim.
And Mark, just so you know, from a little bit of personal experience, the drop that the lowering collar they have currently is almost a perfect drop, assuming you can use the full collar. You'll hear more about it soon.
Hey, here's one I like. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, NBA Live was asking about a roof scoop. Have you guys ever, or do you know anybody else, we're talking to you, ever make a roof scoop for a C8?
I've seen some on the market. I can't remember what manufacturer made them, but it is not.
Were they legit though, or were they appearance?
I think they were appearance, but I never saw one in person to be able to tell you.
I thought I saw them last year at Carlisle, and I thought they were just. Are you guys ever going to consider that? Or
It is not something we're looking at due to low popular demand right now.
yeah, but I can see that being.
C8 Rally Driver says, Corey, can Paragon start selling beard oil and stash wax?
I think I need my own website.
Yeah.
Create a Shopify, right?
The beard stuff that I use is actually local to us. It's a Iowa beard company.
Kevin Horan says, any negatives on lowering a Z06?
Depending on how, I mean, every Z06 has mag ride, so in my professional opinion, no.
Corey, what are your thoughts on the new clear cover to see through into the engine bay on the hardtop convertible for the 2024s from GM versus Paragon's version?
I can understand why General Motors did that because they are seeing what the aftermarket companies are doing and what their consumers are wanting. Kind of like they did with the front radiator grill guards, where every single person wanted them, but it wasn't a thought that they needed because of manufacturers like Porsche, Lamborghini, Ferrari not having the AC condensers blocked by a grill guard. So why would a Corvette need it? So I can definitely acknowledge and appreciate why General Motors did that because there are still a lot of customers that are worried about putting a aftermarket clear cover on their car and having a voided warranty because of that. So I can appreciate it, but as far as seeing it in person when I did at NC and Bash, I do believe the two clear covers that are currently available on the market or the one from AMT do reveal more and overall look better.
Yeah, I do. I agree 100%.
Yeah, so the one that Jason has is from AMT Custom Designs.
I love it. And everybody else seems to love it as well.
Lewis LG Z06 says, Corey, can't recall the brand, but will there be a rear diffuser that's now offered in carbon ever be offered in carbon flash?
We just recently released the Veris Engineering carbon diffuser. If that is what he's referring to, yes.
Will that will come in carbon flash eventually?
Yes, we will be offering it in carbon flash. We have a very hard time on getting stuff painted here locally. I actually just had a meeting with a friend of a friend today that's looking to open his own body shop. So we're going to explore that option to be able to offer more carbon flash products.
All right. Paul says, can we see a sneak peek of the two-post carbon flash Z06 high wing for the Stingray? And when will this be available?
I will refrain from sharing that right now because it's in the pre-production shelf, but I can tell you it looks like a Z07 wing and it's in carbon flash.
Nice.
I do not have an ETA on when it will be available. It's the same install as the Z07 wing we currently have on the Stingray behind us, so it was more verifying that the carbon flash quality met our expectations.
Darren says, Corey, are the carbon shifter paddles a replacement for the factory ones, or do they... oh, we already asked that one, didn't we?
Yep.
Okay. 155 thumbs ups currently.
174 people watching.
Derek says, when will the C8 Z06 grill guards be ready?
We are expecting our manufacturer that we use here in the United States to have a test sample to us within the next 30 days. We already 3D printed and verified fitment on that, and also had the pieces cut out for us just out of a solid piece of metal rather than individually hexagon cut, and verified that. So we're in the final production stage of verifying the final product, make sure there's no fitment issues. It's the same manufacturer here in the United States that make our current Stingray front grills. So once we give them the thumbs up, we will be having a PO in and potentially a pre-order. But I don't want to promise an ETA currently. Most of our Z06 stuff is going to be closer to the end of the year.
Okay. Paul says, if you go with the lowering collars, does it affect your alignment?
Anytime you lower a vehicle, I personally advise an alignment check after 500 miles. Just my personal recommendation.
Fernando Johnson says, thanks for getting Corey as a guest and looking forward to seeing what he has done for your Z06. So Thank you again for coming
All the
on
time.
here, Corey. Do you guys have a brake pad compound video since you offer a variety of aftermarket pads?
We do. Alex did a Tech Tuesday video roughly about a month and a half or 2 months ago. It is only of the Carbotech brake pads for the Z51 Corvette, but he does mention Power Stop in there. So that is on our YouTube channel that you can go through and learn the differences between Carbotech and what best would suit your driving habits.
Awesome. All right, guys. So one more time, the giveaway for tonight, and we will be finishing the giveaway next Monday night. Our guy with the spinning wheel of fortune isn't on here tonight, so we can't end the giveaway tonight. But if you have a C7 Corvette, you can get the extended splash guards, the front and rears, or even if you have a C8, as long as it's not a Z06, the same thing. See the extended splash guard. So if you win, every $10 donation counts. Every $100 donation will get you 2 times entries and a free t-shirt if it's done through Venmo. And you can win these guards, which are about $300. So if you guys are interested in entering, please make sure you do before the end of next week's live show to get yourselves possibly some XL rock guards.
Maybe some Expel too.
Yeah, maybe some Expel. You might as well throw some of that in there.
But
Guys, I think we're gonna wrap this up a little bit. Actually, here's Dr. Corvette. He says, "Hi guys, hi Corey. It was nice chatting with you at the bash." His name is Earl. If you remember him, he goes by Dr. Corvette.
Dr. Corvette rings a bell, but I've met maybe 5 different people. I'm more of a face person.
Yeah.
He's a really cool dude.
He came into town and saw us.
Yep.
We met up for dinner.
Yep, not too long ago. Oh yeah,
I know I'm a guy named Rob.
His
Nope.
name's not Rob.
not him.
Okay.
Steve Robertson. They do not fit the Z06. Unfortunately, I don't know of anybody making one of these for the Z06 yet. So ACS and stuff needs to get on that.
I plead the fifth.
So let's end.
Did you hear Corey? He said he pleads the fifth.
Really? I thought he said I agree with that.
No, he said I plead the fifth.
I plead the
all-
fifth.
Alrighty then.
See,
Well,
somebody has to have ears in this live.
yeah, so Vet, really quick, there's not any new news on the strike, but I did want to talk about that really quickly because it is coming up pretty fast. And if it doesn't get resolved, there is apparently a Q&A session that's supposed to be happening here in a couple days on August 12th where they're going to start really talking about this. But if it doesn't go through, they are set to possibly strike by September 14th.
Oh.
And that is right around the time 2024 cars are going to start to be built. So this could potentially hurt a lot of people waiting for a 24 model if this strike happens, because the last time it went through, the strike lasted for 3 months.
That sucks.
So it could definitely push back some people's cars, and it would definitely suck.
Yeah, and then you get in the
It did it to
holidays.
your
So.
C8.
Yeah, my C8 was personally affected. I had to wait 3 additional months for that car.
Thank God it didn't affect the VO6.
Yeah. But let me wrap up this this poll that we started. So
Still
we have
VO6.
121 votes now. 69% of those 121 are saying Z06. So I'm not a math guy, but let me see what that comes out to.
I voted E-Ray.
Did you?
Yep.
All right. So out of 121, about 84 people are saying Z06. Jason, did you vote E-Ray as well, I assume?
Because remember, we didn't ask what we were going to get. We were
Yeah.
asking
What you wanted. Right.
cake.
Okay, so about 84 people out of the 121, which is pretty, that's almost 70%. It's still pretty high. How many 2023 Z06s will be made? I believe they settled right around a little over 5,000, if I recall correctly, somewhere around there, which is a lot more than they initially were going to do, because if they had cut production, I think it was in May, like they wanted to, we were barely at 2,000. So they pumped out a good bit, but they're nowhere near the 15,000 that they said they'd be at. So yeah. But anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. So please smash that thumbs up button. If you liked having Korey on the channel here for the live video, please leave a comment, leave a thumbs up. Let us know you like this kind of stuff so we can kind of bring somebody in new every so often and get some questions answered like Korey did for us tonight. Big thank you to Korey again. I feel like I've said it a bunch over the last couple days, but
No problem.
you're awesome for doing what you do. We all appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think that's it, guys. So we'll catch you same time, same place next week, and we'll finish up this giveaway at that point. So we'll see you.
Good night, Judy.
Good night, everyone.